Hi. Fetal arrhythmia delay through the bundle of his and through the right and left bundle branch the particular chamber, the atrium and the ventricle. Because of the contraction, blood in the ventricle is pumped. So the here again the AV, the atrioventricular and the semilunar valves are still closed because the atria and ventricles are node at the end of atrial contraction. So AV node causes a delay in the conduction of the impulse. That is, the myocardium of the atrium and ventricle are not yet ready for the next depolarization. They are still contraction. Because of myocardial contraction, blood is pushed from the chamber to the next chamber, or the AV delay at the AV node, and refractoriness of the myocardium, which we saw earlier. So when the refractoriness, we mean that the myocardium is not yet reached a stage where it can be stimulated by the electrical impulse. Next is, it is called the semilunar valves open by the push. So blood from the ventricles flows into the great arteries, but there is no black flow into the lungs from the veins, systemic veins to the right atrium, and the compliance of the ventricles, how stiff the ventricle traction of the chamber, so results in change in the chamber size. That is studied by the M mode. The contraction of the ventricle or the atrium. So this is effect of the heart rate on the intervals and the waveforms. The contractions recur in time, that is rhythm. And then we also have to see the atrioventricular conduction. The contraction of a chamber in turn results in blood flow, so that can be studied by the doppler. The heart rate, fetal heart rate decreases with gestational age. Now this is the nomogram for combination of an abnormal heart rate and abnormal rhythm after 28 weeks, and as a result effectively can be treated is the standard. Now in the machine setting for in a case of fetal arrhythmia, the rate is measured in a single frame. As the speed decreases, the number of complexes shown per per frame is becomes less, and effect of the cardiac function in the form of high drops you should assess at regular intervals in the form of Bigeminy or Trigeminy, or it can be irregular chamber. So that will be best shown on the M mode tracing. Whereas in the posterolateral approach, so this is the spine, so this is the posterior anterior. Posterolateral approach, we see the line passes through the left ventricle first, shown by the slanting line of the relationship of the atrial and ventricular contractions. And the relationship is 1:1. So atrium to ventricle is 1. And the chronology of the atrial and ventricular contraction you study by the relationship of 1:1. So here it is, this is the normal line, but the tracing has actually been got by an anatomical M mode placed through the ideal placement of the line. So you get a very good tracing of the contractions. So this is how the reflection of the electrical event. LV inflow and outflow. So one of these sites has to be used. So now we'll come to the umbilical artery tracing. And the umbilical artery tracing is a very good record of ventricular systole. And there is no fallacy involved. So no other record is necessary in the preceding beat. So this is the preceding beat to the following beat, the beat following the delayed beat. So this is the distance of the pass. can be irregular. Irregularity can be regularly irregular or irregularly irregular. Is seen in Bigeminy or AV block 2:1 block ventricular beat. So one beat is missing here. So this is delayed ventricular beat. So it can be either premature ventricular beat or delayed ventricular. I mean the velocity of the amount of backflow depends on the pressure difference between the systemic veins and then we can measure the AA interval. Also we can measure, which is useful in certain arrhythmia or hepatic vein or pulmonary vein or also in the ductus venosus. So that is the explanation for getting a taller A wave. So by seeing that we can have the atrial rate, atrial rhythm and the AA interval, and also look for situations. What are the parameters we look for is the atrial rate, atrial rhythm, ventricular rate, put the spectral sample volume within this circle. We will get both the tracing of the inflow, mitral inflow and the aortic outflow ventricle, which is shown as the A wave. Then we get the V wave above the baseline, that is the ventricular systole due to flow in the great ventricular systole, where the AV valves and seminolar valves are still closed. So this is the isovolumetric contraction. So interval, VA interval and the AV relationship. Now what are the limitations of LV inflow outflow tracing? Now, so that falls over the earlier E wave. So as a result, the active and passive flows occur together. You will get a section like this and use a wider sample volume to include both the ascending aorta and the systole and ventricular diastole and the A wave. So A wave is seen as an atrial rhythm, and we can measure the ventricular rate and the ventricular rhythm, and then we can see the AV relationship, that is the AV. So AV related all the parameters, the atrial rate, atrial rhythm, ventricular rhythm, the AV relationship, AV interval and the ventricular VA interval, all can be measured. So this is the 4 sites for studying simultaneously the atrial and